So what's up everybody, welcome to this video. So today we are going to make this nice looking hero section as you can see here. So this is the hero section layout. As you can see, you might saw it in main website. This is actually a common layout, you can say. We have a heading and also subheading, paragraph and a call to action, and we have a background image. So this is a simple hero section. So in main website you might saw this kind of layout, and also you can make this center and also right align. I will show you all these things, and also I will show you some techniques that can be helpful whenever you will make this kind of hero section next time. So stay tuned for that. So before we start the video, I want to mention that if you want to follow us on our Instagram, you can do that. The handle is instagram.com/web_CIFAR. So if you follow us, you will get some interesting tips and tricks about web design and development. Maybe that will be helpful for you. And also, if you face any kind of problem with this tutorial, you can join our community group. The link will be in the description. We have a great number of community members and which is growing day by day. So join the group, the link will be description, all the link will be in the description. So with that saying, let's roll the intro. So here as you can see that this is the HTML and this is the CSS file. So first of all, in our HTML, let's get a boilerplate with this exclamation sign, and after that inside of our body. So first of all, let's say that I will have a section here and with the ID of hero, and inside of this section I will have a div with a class of container, and inside this container I will have my div for info. And if you have image, you can also create a separate div for your image, and you can have your info and image side by side if you want to have it. But for this tutorial we will have a simple hero section, so we will not use image, we will use only info for our hero section. And for info we will have basically three things. Heading, so let's say that this is heading, and we will have a subheading here. So let's say that this will be h2, and here let's say that lorem 5, so it will give us 5 word here. And after that let's have a paragraph lorem 20, and finally let's have a CTA button here. So let's say that click me. So this is the content for our simple hero section, as you can see. And after that let's actually link our style sheet here and link it here, and after that let's actually style this content. So first of all, here let's actually remove all the unexpected gap, padding and also the margin, and also say that box sizing will be the border box. And if I save, now it's actually looking perfect, there is no extra gap anymore. And after that let's actually get the font. So the font that we are going to use is Roboto Mono. So go to the fonts.google.com and from here grab the Roboto Mono font or whatever you like. So grab the font and paste the import tag here, and now you can use the font. So in our HTML, let's say that font family will be the Roboto Mono, and font size will be something like 18 pixel. And if I save, now you can see that the font is already applied here. And after that let's say that inside of our hero section, first of all the width will be 100% and the height will be 100 VH, means it will have the full width and also the full height of our window. And also let's have a background image. So I already have a background image here, so this is the image that we are going to use. So let's actually add it here. So in our background, let's say that URL and give the path of our this image, and if I save, now you can see that the image is here, but it's not in perfectly positioned. So for that we can actually say that no repeat here. So no repeat, sorry. So it is the background repeat property and the value will be no repeat. So after that we can give the value of background position. So we want it in the center, and after that / and we can give the value of background site. So for the site we will use cover, and if I save, now you can see that the background is perfectly in position. So you can see that I'm using this background shorthand, so you can use it make sure that you are having background, not the background image. If you are using background image, you can only use background URL, but for the shorthand to use all the property in one line, you need to use background only as a property. So the problem is, as you can see, that we can't see our content because the background is black here. So for that, let's say that the color of our content will be the white here. So now you can see that in our image, in many places we have bright color here. So the problem with the bright color is, whenever the content will be in the top of this bright color, there will not have enough contrast. So it is always a good idea to have an overlay with this background. So to have an overlay, you can do this technique here. So you can see that we are using background, and to have a black overlay with this background color, or sorry, with this background image, what you can do actually in here, you can use linear gradient, and I want to have a black color as a overlay. So linear gradient black, and most importantly, make sure that you are using comma after the linear gradient. And if I save, now you can see that it's actually white, full white, because here we are using one color. Let's actually also make our second color, so black. So both are the black. So now you can see that the background is black because we are using linear gradient black. So let's actually decrease the opacity around here 4, and also do it for the second color. So if I save, now you can see that we have our perfect overlay going on here. So this is the technique that you can use for overlay with the background image. And after that, let's actually position this content here. So it is in our container. So let's say that in the container width will be around 90%, and the height will be 100%, and also a max width will be something like 1200 pixel, and margin 0 and auto. So now you can see that the content is now in 90% width, it's not having the full width, and also we have a max width 1200 pixel, which will actually help us whenever we'll have a big device. As you can see that it's a big device now, means the full screen. Now you can see that whenever we'll have a big device, something like that, the content is not going all over here in the left edge. It's actually keeping 1200 pixel and not allowing to go any content outside of this 1200 pixel. And also we don't want to have our content in the left side, in the right side. We want to have our content in the middle of our website. You can actually have something like 1000 pixel, so it will actually keep everything inside of 1000 pixel. It will not allow anything outside of 1000 pixel. So you can use 1200 or 1000, whatever you want. So I will keep 1000 pixel as a max width for our container. So after that, let's actually make this content in the center. So for that, I will use display flags and align item center, and also justify content center. So this is the technique that I use to make anything in the center. So you can see that now the content is now perfectly in the center of my hero section, and it is looking really good. So after that, let's actually style this heading. So it's in the container, inside the info we have this heading, and let's say that font size will be 3 rem, and also let's say that margin bottom will be 1 rem. So if I save, now you can see that the font is actually bigger and we have a margin bottom. So you can see that I'm using rem value here, so because it's actually a lot flexible than pixel values. So you can see that here in the HTML I used 18 pixel, so this is the base value for our rem. So what I'm saying here, whenever I will say 3 rem, it means actually 18 pixel into 3. So it's that simple. So whenever you need to adjust this, you can actually adjust the base font size, and everything you will use this rem will be resized as you change this font size in the HTML. So that's why most of the time you will see everyone using rem instead of pixel values. So after that, let's actually go to our container and heading 2. Basically this is our subheading. So info h2, and here let's say that font size will be 1.2 rem, and also margin bottom will be something like 2 rem. And if I save, now you can see that it's actually looking good. And after that, here let's actually increase the font size a little bit, about 1.5 rem. So after that, let's actually do some style for our paragraph. So we can actually copy this selector here. So instead of h2, we will use paragraph here. So let's say that font size will be 1.2 rem, and also max width will be 60%. So why we are using a max width? So because as you can see that if I don't use this max width, the problem will be in our large device. So you can see that this is our paragraph, and it's actually getting all the width that is available here. So we don't want it. We want to have a max width of something like around half of our full width. So we don't want it to get all the width we already have here. We want it half of them. So let's say that the max width will be around 50 or 60%. So now it will get only the 60% of our full width, as you can see. So and after that, let's actually give some style for our this anchor tag here. So info anchor tag, and let's say that here the text decoration will be none. Basically it will remove the underline here, and display will be inline block, and background color white, and also let's say that border radius will be 4 pixel, and also let's say that font size will be 1.8 rem, and let's also have some padding will be 0.5 m and 2 m. So now you can see that we have this button here. So you can see that we are using display inline block because by default this anchor tag is actually display inline. So the problem with the inline element is whenever you will have an inline element, you will not have a proper padding top and bottom and the margin top and bottom. So this is the problem with the inline element. So to fix that, you need to use inline block. So let's actually show you if I don't use inline block. So you can see that the padding top is here is not respected. It is actually overlapping with the previous element here. So for that we need to make sure that we are using inline block here. And perfect. Also let's use margin top here, not bottom. 2 rem. Perfect. And also if you can see that we are using rem value as a font size and m value for our space, as you can see here. So there are some difference between this rem and m, and if you want to know more about that, please comment down. I can make a separate video about these all units. So after that, let's actually say that the color for our this button will be, let's actually copy the color here, and this is the color. So you can see that the color is here. So perfect. It's looking good for our large device. Actually you can use around 70%. I think it will look good if I use 70%. Yeah, looking great. 70% for our this paragraph max width. So now you can see that our hue section is actually looking good, as you can see in the large device. So let's actually make it good for our small device. So for now, for our small device, as you can see that in the mobile it is not looking good. So for that, let's actually come here in our CSS media query, media only screen, and max width 768 pixel. And here inside of our media query, whenever the max width is 768, means from 0 to 768 means inside of our small device width. So here in our HTML, first of all, let's say that the font size will be 10 pixel. And if I save, now you can see that it is already responsive. We don't need to worry about anything else. As you can see that it is responsive because we used rem value here. So because as you can see that we are using rem value here for all of our font size or the content size, as you can see. So it will actually flexible, or it will bound with this base font size. So whenever you will change the base font size lower amount, all the element will be lower or the smaller. As you can see, we don't need to worry anything else here. Hero section is looking good. Whenever you will go to the large device, as you can see, it's looking perfect, and whenever you will go to the mobile device, it will be perfect. So as you can see that we are having all of our content in the left side, but if you want to have it in the center, what you can do in your container, you just can say the text align center, so everything will be center. So the problem is the max width is actually having in the left side, because we actually limit this width with our max width. So go to your paragraph, and here you just can say that margin 0 auto to have your all the content in the center. And if you want it in the right side, what you need to do, actually you need to say that margin right 0 here. So now what I am saying is we are saying that here margin left and right will be auto, but after that we are saying that the margin right will be 0. Basically the margin left will be auto and the margin right will be 0. Basically it will have your this paragraph in the right side. And here you just can say in the container, you just can say that text align will be in the right. So you can create different kind of layout. As you can see that now everything is in the left side. You can have it in the center, you can have it in the left or right, whatever you want. So I will keep it in the center, let's say that. Perfect, as you can see. So this is how you can create a simple hero section with Flexbox. So that's it guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Also, if you want to watch more video like this one, please subscribe the channel and also turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I will upload my next video. So my name is Arfan and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, Khuda Hafiz.